Okay, how's everybody doing?
Okay, now the audio's live.
Okay.
Now they can hear you.
All right. And the people at home
say
can hear
we'll
us?
Be on in a minute.
We'll
Wait,
be on in a minute.
Live?
Yep.
We're live. Be good.
Because
Krafa's remaking everything. So just hang in there.
Oops.
Oh, you think your awesome college is great over Zoom. I mean, I'm meeting so many new people. It's amazing. Like calculus, we can't even check our grades here.
You have 3 more years. You have
And now live. Welcome everyone to the epic train wreck that is the season 4 finale, the Vixens and the Medusas. And yes, the thumbnail did show Anna's character Trixie, but Anna had to bail at the last minute. So we're just playing. No overlays. This is just the real deal. Let me recap where we left off, if you will. The Vixens, long ago, Sorshe and Woe sneaked down into the Goliath camp, and they found their way towards the center of the camp to a great ring of fire next to 2 mighty tents, and there were some guards, and they approached the guards, and the guards thought they were there to trade, and they didn't really have anything to trade at first. So what happened was Sorshe quickly thought of the dragon fang that she had as a trophy, and she showed it to them as a trade, and they were very excited about that, and they went into the shaman's tent. And the next thing you know, Sorshe and Woe, you're knocked out, magically speaking. The shaman cast a sleep spell on you. You wake up inside of his tent, completely bound. Your weapons in a pile not far from you, but you are completely bound. And there are guards who are watching you with weapons pointed at you in case you try to escape. You are waiting there for quite some time. And then you hear commotion outside. You hear the sounds of some people yelling. You hear a challenge being made. You hear the roar of people cheering. You hear a combat ensue. And even through the tent that you're in, you see like the flicker of flames outside. You hear the roar of Barbarian Goliath screams.
Can I hear?
You hear the sound of thunder. You see the flash of lightning. Something epic is going on outside.
Can we hear the mother of the elves or dwarves, whatever they're called?
No. And what you hear finally comes to a silence after a great flash, a powerful flash of green light. There's a silence. And then you hear cheers again. And you hear the voice of an older man who is like, Areia is now the chief. Areia. And people start cheering, Areia. And then a few minutes after that, the tent flaps open up. And this older, kind of gray-haired, motley-looking Goliath in like skins comes in. And he's like, bring them outside. And the guards nod, and they kind of stand you guys up, and they lead you outside, and you see like the entire Goliath tribe outside. And they're like celebrating, and there's like drums and music and stuff. And you're marched over to a group of people. Medusas, you see a powerful half-orc female and a small human female, and they are tied up. You believe that these might be the very people who once stood against you, who now support the brother of Tertingi Malakuni. And Areia, the shaman, looks at you and he says, "What shall we do with them, chieftain?"
Well, first I want to know what your plans were, and I look at them both. And I say, I would like to know what your plans were running down a mountainside with an army of goblins. I'm just curious. I want to know. What exactly did you think that would happen?
Sorshe, you seem to think that they are aware of the fact that Mantra and Tetra and the army of goblins are up in the hills.
We weren't really planning on starting a war or anything. We sort of just have this entourage of goblins with us all the time now. They're kind of annoying and stupid, and sort of like imagine trying to hurdle a bunch of like rabbits like that. No, we're here, Lo and I. We out here chilling, looking for some stuff for a special artifact that we have. It's like collect them all, like postage stamps.
Yeah, we're aware of that. We are the hired co-workers, if you will, of your Finoop's brother. So we know exactly what you're looking for.
You mean the one who like finally just decided to join our side?
I don't know if it happened that way.
I mean, I don't know. Kind of sounded like that.
As you're discussing this, you see someone moving through the crowd of the Goliaths. And though not as tall, this person moving through the crowd seems to have their attention, because the Goliaths kind of move out of the way, almost in curiosity / fear of the unknown. And emerging from the crowd of Goliaths, you see a nearly naked, gray-skinned humanoid with no hair and a loincloth walking towards, weaponless, just walking towards, long, sinewy muscles, and he stops short of your circle.
Are we there with Areia?
Yes.
Awesome.
It is Unak.
Hi, Unak.
And whoa, and Sorshe, you see Unak. And Unak looks at Areia, and then he points to the half-orc and the woe, and he says, "Friends."
Yeah, we did. We saved his life once.
Are you guys with Unak?
I go, "Hey, buddy."
Unak, whoa, Sorshe.
Don't worry, Mark. We brought your master, the Duke. He's chilling up in the mountains.
Yeah, we're the ones who brought Unak down here. We found him at the top of the mountains, and he led us down here.
Okay, good to know. Unak's been around.
Unak looks back over his shoulder in the distance, and he points towards the mountain, and he says, "Sharsane."
Does he show up?
He just points back in the direction.
Okay, well, Duke Sharsane is probably going to have the artifacts for us. And you guys did the dirty work of getting us the Fang. And you probably have all the other stuff. So let's do the secret handshake and get her done.
You
Well,
Yeah, go ahead.
well, we do. As I'm sure you've realized, it wouldn't be formidable for us to continue the quarreling. And we do have to, I suppose, get this gate opened. Our side, however, has to make sure we are here to close it once it's opened. As I'm sure you're aware, it's a very dangerous situation all around. But the first thing, if you're aware of where the artifact is, we have the fang and the tea. We have the fang and the milk. I believe you have someone associated with you has the artifact, the one for air. Am I wrong? So if we can collaborate for now and get us back, I'm sure if we meet back with our Fanoop, he can also aid us in traveling quickly, and then we can get our portal opened.
Magnus, with your
Yes.
enormous perception, as Unak is kind of pointing back towards the mountain and Capella is explaining the situation, you see a burst of colorful sparks in the sky at the peak of the mountain path that leads into the valley. And you remember something. You remember
No! I scream Trizzle and start running.
You have the bracelet, you dip.
Oh shoot! Yeah.
All right. You put your hand over the bracelet and you concentrate, and suddenly there's a flash and a smell of ozone in the air, and Trizzle appears. But Trizzle is not by himself. Trizzle is smiling happily, and he is arm in arm with two other people. One of them is an elf who looks very much like your Fainu. He looks a lot like Tertingi Malakuni. And then the other is a tiefling, a female tiefling warrior who's in like full plate armor. And she kind of is like looking at all of you like, where are we? Like there's clearly like, I'm not sure how I got here kind of vibe. And she's looking and she sees Woe and Sorshe. And she looks at them and you guys recognize it's Mantra. Mantra and Sharsane and this slightly familiar figure. And you reach back, Woe and Sorshe, you reach back way into your memories of your early travels together. And you remember going through a town, a strange town that looked oddly at some of your different races. And you remember a nobleman in a wagon. And in that wagon was a tiefling chained. And it's that very tiefling now who magically has appeared with Sharsane and with your friend Mantra.
Is he still chained up?
No. You see a manacle on his left ankle, but he seems to be free and he's smiling. And he looks at the crowd and he's like, "Well done, Magnus. Trizzle has done well, yes?"
Yes. Are you okay? I saw big flashes. Are you okay?
"Yes. A signal was made. Sharsane has spoken. You have found the Earth Crystal?"
Well, I mean, it was all Areia, but thank you for the good job.
Is Areia now the chief?
Yeah, that's pretty great, huh?
A celebration. Yes, a celebration. Huzzah! And he shoots sparks out of his hands. And at that same moment, Bullstrong, you feel a dampness around your groin area.
Celebration!
And suddenly you guys see that it looks like, in appearance, it looks like Bullstrong was so happy that he peed himself.
Yeah.
I go, what the heck is going on?
And Trizzle claps and he dances around. Meanwhile, Sharsane looks to Unak and then looks to all of you. And he says, "You will help me to go home. My brother Tertingi will open the portal for me and Unak to go home. Yes?
Wait, is anyone else going home or just you two?
He looks to you and he says, my brother must stay to close the portal. You will help us to open it now?
But is Vem not coming?
He looks at Sorshe and he says, Vem cannot go home because she is now goddess here.
You're really gonna leave the love of your life? That's so sad.
Oh.
Wait,
He
why
looks-
are you going home then?
To protect Arakazin.
Oh. Buddy, I'm sorry.
And he looks at Sorshe and Woe, and he looks at Areia and he says, please to free my friends. We must go to find my brother and open the portal.
Yeah.
All right. I will let them go because we have business to attend to.
Okay. You give the order, your men free them. Mantra, the tiefling warrior, looks at you and she says, is there a private place where we can meet? I have things that he needs to open the portal. And I'm assuming you have the other things.
Yes.
So the whole lot of you go into the chieftain's tent, which is the largest tent. You go into the chieftain's tent, and there's a huge blanket with pillows. Everybody has space to sit down, and you kind of sit in a large circle. And Sharsane, the brother of Tertingi, he looks to Mantra and he says, show them the artifact. You see Mantra brings out her backpack and reaches in. And she pulls out this strange looking artifact. And the metal that it is made of is very similar to things that you have seen. It seems to be the same metal that finds its origins from Arakazin. The same metal that you saw on the waypoint, the teleportation discs that were embedded in the stone, and the same metal that Unak's spear is made of. She sets it down on the blanket. You guys see that it has 4 points that come off from a center cup. And each of these 4 points has a small divot that is kind of shaped precisely as if to hold a certain faceted sort of crystal. You see that she then reaches in and pulls out a crystal that looks identical in shape, size, and cut to the crystals that you guys have, except this one is white and it has like a soft glow. When she pulls it out, there's a subtle like wind that blows through the tent and like the flaps kind of flap. And she holds it up and she says, this is the breath of Vem. She says, that is the artifact. Sharsane says, you have the other crystals, yes?
Well, we have the Fang of Ayuk, which I pull out, that we just got.
Okay. Woe and Sorshe. You see the tall Goliath woman pull out this green, this identical in size, green crystal. And it has like a soft green glow. And What of the water and fire crystals?
We also have the water one, which my friend Capella has.
I do see it. I'm just suddenly pull it out of my bag like that with the glow.
Again, you guys see another crystal, identical in shape and size and cut. This one, softly glowing blue. And the fire crystal,
Yeah, so about that one, we know where it is. We know who has it. The only issue is that he has absorbed it like the earth crystal was. I think I can summon him here, but I don't know a spell that would be able to get it out of him unless you have magic that could do that, because he's not evil, so we are hesitant to kill him.
We
my
can't.
brother, he will know. He is greater wizard than me.
Okay.
And for the first time, you see this Sharsane, Duke Sharsane, pull back his sleeve of his shirt, and he shows you on his forearm the very symbol, the tattoo that all of you have. Well, not all of you, that several of you have. And he says, he will know a way. The final piece is the black orb. And he points to the center of the artifact. And in the center of the artifact is a larger cup, but this one is not faceted as if a crystal like the ones you guys have would fit into it. This is perfectly round, as if some kind of large marble shaped item would fit in there. He says, are you ready to go to the plateau?
I think so, right, guys?
Yeah, I think we should be able to summon Vorsu either by message or by teleportation.
Are we all going? Or just...
He looks to you, Woe and Sorshe, and he says, you will come to say goodbye to me, my friends?
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, we'll do that.
Oh,
No problem.
Then I will teleport us to my brother. Hold hands in this circle. And then each one of you kind of hold hands in the circle, and you see him begin chanting, and he kind of like rocks back and forth.
ooh,
And
good Chaka song.
you begin to lose a sense of time as he's chanting.
I can't stop this
And
feeling
there's sort of a bright light,
deep inside of
and
me.
then whoosh, there's a smell of ozone again. And you guys find yourself on a rocky plateau. It's kind of a clearing for about 50 yards in every direction. And you see a natural stone arch that kind of comes up, almost like a door, but actually made of stone with a vacant part in it. And standing not far from there, you see Tertingi Malakuni. And he turns when you guys kind of like your eyes clear from the bright, blinding light. And he turns to you and he says, come. We must gather all of the elements to the artifact before I can bring the ritual to a beginning. And he looks at you guys, and he looks at Areia, and he says, Can you send a message to the Vorsu?
Yes. Should I tell?
I
what
know
should I
that
tell
he
him?
is like a friend to you, but I think there is a way to extract the fire crystal without killing him.
Good. If we don't, he had a very weird omen for us, and I don't think that you want this continent to blow up.
Tell me one more time what he said would happen.
Well, he said he was waiting for a message from Taik, like a sign, and that he would dive into the volcano off the shore of the Mantirum underwater, which we found, and that he would sacrifice himself to Deepa, and that a column of fire would erupt and encompass the entire continent.
He seems to think for a moment about what you've said, and he says, yes, that would be categorically bad. Let's not have that happen. I have a much better idea. Summon the Vorsu. We will gather all of the other elements. I will prepare everything else for the ritual. And when he arrives, we will extract the crystal, restore him, and free him. And in that short amount of time, hopefully, I will be able to cast the ritual to open the portal, allowing my brother and Unak to return to Arakazim. And he turns to look at Sorshe and Woe and Mantra, and he says, when will the warlock be arriving with the black orb?
I turn and like whisper to Sorsha. I'm like, are we supposed to know this?
What's a black orb?
You remember that your Finute mentioned that he had a powerful servant who was a warlock, one whose name was Olin.
Yes. Did he ever make a commitment or like agree to us that he would like do us a solid?
No. Interestingly enough, he didn't.
Do we even know where he is?
No.
Okay. Okay, so then I look back at the Duke and I'm like, we know who has it, but you gotta use some magic to
Yeah,
bring him.
can we summon him or something?
Yeah, or maybe just send us to him. I have a big ass whip and a sword. I could definitely get him to give us anything that we might need.
Yeah, well,
You know his name and you know what he looks like, yes?
yes. Olin's a friend though. We shouldn't have to threaten him.
You won't have to.
Oh.
As long as I know this, I can use you as a conduit to summon him.
Yeah.
But I will wait to do that until after Areia has summoned the Vorsu. We need the fire crystal and the black orb, but we should have the elemental crystals in place before we lay the orb into the artifact.
What
So
will
he kind of stands back and he starts like sweeping off this area of flat, rocky land that's like right in front of the stone arch. What were you going to ask, Capella?
I was gonna ask, what will become of the stones and the orb after the ritual is complete?
He looks at you and he says, in truth, I do not know. Since New Wolf Oatmai was created, no one has used the artifact in this way. It may drain the divine power from the crystals. It may destroy them and consume them entirely. I do not know.
But if they're left and they're not destroyed, what do we
Then
do
they
with
must be
them?
guarded carefully. For as you know, They are indeed powerful.
Okay. I'm assuming we'll figure that out later.
It is
Who
good that
guards
all
them?
of you are here. This spell will utilize a vast portion of my magical power to control and then to seal the portal. I will begin the preparations. Areia, please summon the Borsu.
Am I to tell him to come here, or are we? Do you have magic that can bring him here instantly? Or am I just telling him to fly over here?
If he is as large as he was when you last saw him along the coast of the Mantirum, it should not take him that long to fly here, which will give me enough time to make the preparations. I have hours of work ahead of me.
Right. Okay, so I will send a message to Vorsu.
Okay.
And I will say, Vorsu, we need you to come to the plateau in the vast. And I sort of tell him like where we are.
Okay.
And I say, it's very important. It has to do with the orb and with Deepa. We're your friends, so please come quickly.
You send the message. You wait a few moments, and then you receive a response in your mind. I will come. In the meantime, you guys basically are kind of standing on this windswept plateau. Mantra starts to kind of like set up a little camp. You guys kind of all have an opportunity to sit around a fire. You kind of have some downtime. And while Tertingi and Charsane are kind of working on the preparations for the ritual, you find yourselves in this circle around the campfire. Staring awkwardly at each other. And then it occurs to you that you are not 100% sure if you know what's going to happen when this portal opens.
I was gonna mention that. I was
Well-
like, this is what we've been like working towards, but also I don't really know what I'm doing. Do you guys?
Fun fact, this entire time, our goal has not been to open the portal, but has been to keep it closed.
That's what I thought. Why are we
Well-
opening it?
You see, the two brothers, one wants them open and one wants them closed. We teamed with the one who wants them closed because the brother who wanted them opened had paid just random vandals to slaughter several innocent civilians who were possibly carrying one of the stones. And
What the?
so we thought morally that was a bit reprehensible, and not that we don't want somebody to go home. I'm sure that's much of an issue, but there is a fair chance if the portal was not closed quick enough, it could tear our entire continent apart. And
So we need to close this sucker quickly.
yes, if we have to have it open, then it must be closed with the utmost quickness.
I'm all for people going home, but I'm also not for innocent people being murdered. So
So are we expecting for it to close automatically after it opens and they go in, or are we Because like I know we
I
don't
think
really.
the Duke's brother's closing it, is he not?
Yes, our Fanoop is supposed to be able to close it.
Okay, and then we are expected to protect the.
Are you gonna go through it, Wo?
Hold on, let me finish. Or we're expected to safeguard the artifacts and things like that.
If anything remains, it's possible, however, that the elemental crystals could combust on impact, or could lose all magic entirely, which in itself is a bit of a tragedy. Although these stones, as I'm sure you have become aware of chasing them, obtain powers not even important to just mages, but almost any civilian even. I am a fighter. I am not a magic person. Even and I take the milk of Lusake back out. Like, even I have been able to summon great powers through this stone.
You know what? That would have been nice to know, but we just kept them in a satchel the whole time. Yeah, we did not know that those could be used.
Turning around like rocks. You're like, ooh.
Rip you guys.
Yeah,
I'm gonna try to. I'm not sure if it'll work right now, but I'm gonna commune with Vusake again and hold the stone.
Sorshe, I think I'm gonna do it because like
the powers of the water.
I mean, honestly, no balls, Wo. Like,
no reason not to.
What if something happens to it though? Like right before the
happens to the portal?
No, I mean like if you were responding to the are you going in the portal?
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna try and use your thing, and I was like, I don't know about that.
And has anybody tried drinking the milk?
No, but you guys, yeah, you guys missed it while you were tied up in my tent. When I was fighting the guy, she was using the stone, and a giant bolt of lightning came down from the sky and like fried him.
No.
Yeah, I have been able.
I could have been a wind goddess this whole fucking time.
You probably you probably could have flied.
It takes a certain amount.
That would have been nice to know when we went to the island that we couldn't go in the water for.
Communing with your god, but yes, I was able to jettison us. I created a 60-foot bubble on the bottom of the ocean floor. I can make storms occur, and I can speak to what seems to be Vusake herself.
Awesome.
We were out here literally wilding with swords and sticks. We had to kill a whole ass dragon with nothing but our bare hands.
Quite a challenge, I'm sure.
Oh, we have a dragon egg.
We do, it's true.
Wait, Bullstrong has it.
Yeah, and you can't use your bare hands to kill it. That's not allowed.
Yeah, well, this dragon was like pretty young, and it killed like, I want to say like 600 people. We were the only survivors.
That seems a bit justified.
So, we were going to raise our egg to a hatchling. I'm not sure if you're aware of red dragons, but even though the adult ones can be quite chaotic if not trained, the Goliaths are very animal-friendly people.
Mm-hmm.
So it's possible if we raise it.
Are you saying that the egg is a red dragon?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's what we killed. As you can see by my armor, which is made up completely of red dragon scales.
We murdered.
I don't know if I'm gonna allow my baby dragon to see that. That's kind of very morbid.
Its mother died a long time ago, but it's very
that's
possible.
Not its mom's skin.
It's very possible you slaughtered one of its brothers or sisters. So it may be a good thing we haven't hatched it yet for your sake.
Oh my god. He's gonna be a good baby dragon. It's okay.
You're gonna have to. That's like trying to train like an ape to like not kill people when it's an adult. Or
Well,
like
we have trained Bullstrong pretty well.
Huh?
If Vorsu was our friend, like I'm pretty sure we could get a baby dragon to be our friend. I'm pretty sure.
A red dragon? Aren't they like chaotic evil or something, like there's no fucking way you're gonna be like, here's a leash, baby. I'm gonna take you on a walk. Like, please don't eat anyone. Like,
I mean, I did talk to it while it was in the egg. I tried to speak to it and it called me mom.
Oh,
it's trying to get you to
So-
let it hatch.
I think it just thinks that I'm its mom.
I've
But-
noticed that. Oh, sorry.
No, I was just gonna say it didn't see me or anything. So I think whoever hatches it, it might think that's their parent.
Maybe I should hatch it with my red dragon scale armor.
Most creatures, if you just get the time to like know them and be nice to them, they're pretty cool. So I have faith for this baby dragon.
It seems our party has had quite the affinity for taking every little ragged creature and person we've come across and bring them into our group. We have, as you recall, seeing Trizzle. He was a tiefling slave, and we almost got arrested trying to free him. But we did do great things for his original owner, so he was freed to Magnus. He's not too useful, but a bit entertaining.
Hey now. Hey now.
He makes people piss and shit.
My pants are
What
wet.
does that do?
It's funny.
that's how we got the Duke. Actually, we just kind of encountered him as a mummified being.
We thought it was a vampire for a while because he ate my finger.
Yeah. And we decided we were gonna make him ours. Why not adopt?
Yeah, and he didn't speak any of our language. So
Yeah.
you're saying
So
we
he-
could
he's
speak
clearly
to
a
him through like paper.
Do any of you carry creatures with you? Any animal companions? And I'm going to go and I take my hedgehog out of my carrier satchel.
I have
Magnus-
a tarantula named Parwis. He's a good
Here's Leo the rat, named after, of course, the one and only. Love him. Here you go. Actually, I don't know if I still have him. I used him for a few things along the journey, like whenever I needed to, like whenever there was like a secret door and we didn't want.
I thought he got like totally murked like 2 episodes ago.
I
What?
can't. Yeah, so whenever we used him, whenever like we needed to check what was inside a room, I'd be like, Leo, go in, tell me if it's safe. And like if it wasn't safe, he would just not come back.
Leo! Guys!
And I'm going to say, guys, you may want to take it down a bit with Magnus. He's a little sensitive.
Hey, I ain't sensitive.
Yeah, that's okay. Listen, Leo served his duty. He did what he was.
No.
He was
No,
a good
no.
soldier.
Wait a minute. I'm not sensitive. I just like care for like the well-beings of other people. Like I feel like that's like
Caring equals sensitive, babe.
I don't know about that, babe. That doesn't seem
Just call
I-
her.
I-
I'm pretty
feel
sure
that-
that like caring equals sensitive.
Also, Leo is not a human, so you
he's a
said
cute little rat.
yeah, cute. I don't know.
How could you do that to a cute little rat?
That was his job. He
I
just-
Y'all better
She
not
stepped
kill
she
Vorsu.
stepped on him as a baby. He's lucky to be alive.
Y'all better not kill Vorsu. All right?
He's,
I
he's
can't-
pretty big. Like he's a demon. And he's like big.
Yeah, but
So-
he's our friend.
Several hours go by. You guys are sitting around chatting about your pets and sharing sagas of your adventures. You somehow find yourselves also enjoying what seems like a never-ending bottle of wine that somehow Trizzle has this bottle, and although everybody's had multiple glasses, the wine never seems to run out. And after several hours of continued enjoyment, it
I
occurs
steal
to
the
you-
bottle. I put the bottle in my backpack.
No, he never lets go of the bottle. He always serves everyone else.
That's
And at a certain point, You guys have been there for probably 3 hours, kind of chatting and staying warm by the fire. The sun has set now, and the plateau has kind of cooled off. The air has cooled off. The fire is keeping you guys warm.
During that time, could I have done something really quick?
Yes.
Okay, I wanted to go try to find like a little creature, like hunt, like a rabbit or something like that. And I wanted to cast a spell that I had prepared. I was gonna cast divination, which is a 4th level spell. And I like set up like a little altar, like little rocks and stuff for Ayuk, and I cast it. And it says I can ask a single question concerning like a specific event to occur within 7 days and get like a reply about it.
Yes, you can.
Okay. So I was just gonna cast it and ask, like, is this ritual going to be safe, or is there anything dangerous that we should be prepared for?
The ritual will be safe. There are dangers that you should prepare for.
Good to
Okay.
know.
The ritual will be safe.
It's what happens after the ritual.
There are dangers that you should prepare for.
Oh,
Yep. Okay, so I tell everybody, I'm like, hey, the actual ritual part, according to Ayuk, will be safe, but I would be prepared for anything to happen afterwards.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. You're holding the Fang of Ayuk when you have the Fang of Ayuk, don't you?
Yeah?
Oh, a wholly different thing happens.
Oh, party.
Let me rewind. You have this shrine, you ask this question, and you hear that voice. But the difference is that the rock shrine that you built actually starts to begin to form into the head, the bearded head of a man. And the rock face opens up and talks to you those words that it just spoke.
My man.
And it says, the plateau is strong. The archway shall serve as a perfect portal. The ritual will be safe, but you must prepare for the danger that will come. And then the 2 little stones that like assembled, like a transformer to where the eye sockets would be, those 2 little stones that are like eyeballs look up when it says the danger will come. And then the rocks kind of go and they just like fall.
I like whip my head around and see if anyone else saw that or if it was just me.
Yeah, all of you saw this. You didn't hear the voice, but you saw the rocks go whoosh, and like form into a head.
Wow.
I just tried to ask Ayuk if this was going to be safe, and I guess the stone made that happen. But Ayuk told me that the ritual itself is going to be safe, but he said there are dangerous things that will come, and then he looked up towards the sky.
Oh no.
I don't know what that means, but he said that we should be prepared for
I don't think I would.
dangerous stuff.
About 10 minutes later, Magnus, it's nighttime now. And you look up into the sky, kind of like thinking about what Areia told you, just kind of like nervously just checking, and you see the moon in the sky and you see like a form fly, like the silhouette of a form flying, and it starts descending towards you.
Guys, it's Forsu.
And in fact, a few minutes later, all of you see an enormous, giant red creature with huge chest, shoulders, arms, legs, big head with horns and wings. And he kind of like dives down and then like curves up and flaps his wings a couple times and then just sets down like, right? You see the two brothers like turn and whip and they're like, oh, and like the Chertingi is like, it's okay, brother. That's the Vorsu. And you see Sharsane say, that is not like any Vorsu I have ever seen, brother. Vorsu sees all of you, and he kind of like walks over, like, he's bigger than the last time you saw him. He's at least 30 feet tall now. And he kind of comes close to you, but not like right up on you. And then he kind of just squats down, like, and he kind of squats down. And even squatting down, you're like, hey, Vorsu, like he's still 15 feet tall when he's sitting down. And he kind of squats down and he looks at you and he's like, hello, friends.
Oh, Morsu, what happened?
I have continued to grow larger.
Well, yeah.
Hi, Vorsu. Nice to see you.
Have you gotten your
Hello.
signal yet, Vorsu?
Taik has not spoken yet. There may still be time. Why did you summon me, friends? And he looks to you, Areia.
Well, you see,
Postscript. By the way, Woe and Sorshe, this red demon giant is about the same size as the young adult dragon that you guys killed. It's huge, except it's talking. Carry on.
I say, yeah, well, you know how you swallowed the tear of Deepa?
Yes.
Well, it's just, we sort of need it.
For what do you need the tear of Deepa?
We need it for a super important, super magical ritual. We need it just for a little while. We need all of the gods. And Deepa is very important, so we need this very important stone just for a little bit. Because we know that Taik hasn't sent you the signal yet, so we were wondering if we could borrow it from you.
He looks down at his chest and he says, you will heal me when you take it out?
Yeah, of course, I'll heal you. We don't want you to get hurt.
Yes, you may take it from me. And he like leans his head back and puts his chest forward like this. And you see still that reddish, orangish glow underneath his skin, kind of around his solar plexus.
Thank you, Vorsu.
Okay,
We really appreciate it.
Yeah. Our friend is going to help to get it out of you so that it won't hurt you. And then I will find Noob, right? Who said he was going to take it out? Or that he had a
So
way to-
Chertingi comes over to you and he says, someone's going to have to cut it out, and then I will close the wound. I will cast regeneration on him. You can heal him, I will regenerate him, but someone's still going to have to chop into that sternum and dig that thing out.
Is he gonna be in pain?
Well, yes,
But I
but
can.
hopefully it'll be fast enough where she can heal him once it's extracted, and I'll cast Regenerate.
I can do it. I have a steady hand because I'm a monk.
Okay, what weapon are you going to use to cut open the demon's chest?
Magnus, don't you have a dagger?
I do. I have a small knife, but if there's anything else that's, I don't know what would be. I don't know. I just know I carry a small knife with me. But if
Yeah.
anybody does anything sharper or less painful, but I doubt it's gonna make a difference.
Yeah, I have a dagger that we could use.
Okay. All right. So, whoa. You concentrate your chi powers to focus, and you easily hit it. He's not like moving. I mean, you have advantage. So you come in right where you see this glowing thing, and you cut in, right? You go to cut in. You go, boom, your dagger just shatters. It
Okay.
shatters like a piece of, like a glass plate hitting a concrete wall.
Okay.
Your metal dagger
Yep.
just shatters. And he's like,
Do you remember when Areia, when she fought the last, the chief, we had to utilize the spear.
Unok spear.
Special.
Do we
Yes.
still have it?
yeah.
Okay. Well, I think you might have to use Unok spear.
Okay.
That's what I used to get the stone out of Iron Tower.
Yeah. I don't see a problem with that.
Okay.
Unok walks over to you, Woe, and he hands you the spear.
Don't worry, Vorsu. Me and my friend Finoop will make sure that you're okay. It might hurt a little bit, but we'll make sure that you're okay.
Tell him to meditate while it's happening.
Again, concentrating with advantage. You this time lunge in, and the spear cuts through the demon's flesh, and he's like, oh, and blood just shoots out, this dark, oily kind of blood.
Oh.
And you super fast, using your monk chi concentration, you kind of reach in and be like, whoa, and like do like a fast grab.
Okay.
Pull the spear out, more blood spurts out. Areia, you cast heal.
Yeah, I cast Cure Wounds at their level, right when the orb is like out of him.
Okay.
I'll cast Cure Wounds.
I'm sorry, Vorsu.
So he gets 18 points of healing.
Okay. And then, which that kind of does the heal, and then Tertingi casts regeneration on him. And you see, like, the Vorsu is like, oh. That pinched, but Vorsu is better now.
You're
Whoa.
okay?
He seems to be okay. Whoa. Covered in the black, oily blood of this Vorsu, you are holding the Tear of Deepa.
Okay. I clean it up a little bit with my shirt.
As you are rubbing it off with your shirt, you immediately are filled with warmth.
Oh.
Like, there's no, you know how it's like kind of cold on the mountain at nighttime? You're like warm. You're like, oh, it's kind of nice out right now. Like, all of a sudden, it's like 75 degrees just around you.
Okay. I'm like, Sorshe, feel this orb. Feel how nice this is.
I hold it.
Yeah. Even as you get closer to Woe, you feel like blanketed in warmth.
Oh, okay. Who could put this to better use than me right now? Who knows what to do with this?
I could try to hatch the egg with it.
No, big no, veto.
Now.
I mean, I could hold on to it until you want to hatch the egg, and then I can give it to you, Bullstrong.
It's a part of the egg hatching kit so far.
Well,
have the same people.
because I'm too irresponsible to hold on to this.
Magnus should hold it because we can't have the same people holding.
Here you go, Magnus. Thank you. Yep.
And
Maybe-
so, what's the air one called again? It's called
The Breath of Them.
Breath of Them. Okay, I want to know because
So now, as you guys are sitting around your campfire, In front of Mantra is the artifact. You have the Fang of Ayuk, the Breath of Them, the Milk of Vusaik, and the Tear of Deepa. All 4 of these elemental crystals. And Vorsu is kind of sitting behind you guys on the mountain. After a few more minutes, Duke Charsane comes over to you and he says, I think it is time to summon the warlock who has the black orb. I will bring him here now. And he closes his eyes and he begins casting a spell. And the light of the fire starts to die down. And you guys notice there's a tremendous amount of shadows that just sort of appear. And out of the shadows steps Olin. And he walks out and he kind of looks at everyone and he sees Mantra and Woe and Sorshe and he says, you've done it? You found all of the crystals? And Mantra nods. And he reaches into his cloak and he pulls out a large black orb, about the size of an 8-ball. And he looks over to Tertingi and to Charzane and he says, you're going to open the portal? And Tertingi nods and he says, we will open it so that my brother and Unak may return to Arakazine. And then it must be closed. It is far too dangerous to leave the portal open. The portal is not just one way. While it is open, other things can come through it. Things that would not be good for New Wolf Otmai. And Olin nods and he says, can I go through the portal? Can I return to Arakazine? And Tertingi Malakuni looks at his brother and he says, if you do, you will never come back to New Wolf Otmai. And Olin nods and he says, I know.
Are you gonna go, Will?
I'm thinking about it.
Tertingi says, I will begin preparing the ritual. Bring the artifact and all of the crystals over to the archway. So you guys kind of stand, you start bringing all this stuff over. He gestures to this spot on a low rock that's just in front, about 10 feet away from the stone archway. Mantra sets the artifact down. Tertingi says, we begin with Earth, the foundation of New Wolf Otmai. Areia, will you please place the Fang of Ayuk into the vessel of the artifact? And he begins chanting.
Okay, I step forward and I like hold it one more time. And I look at it and then I place it very gently.
As you place it very gently, the moment it gets into the kind of divots where the facets seem to fit, it's almost like suction goes and like it's in there. And it starts to glow. It's just pulsing green. He continues chanting back and forth. Next, the milk of Vusek, that which surrounds Nuofopmai, that which lifts up Nuofopmai from the surface below. Capella, will you please place the milk of Vusek?
I will step forward and I will hold the milk to my heart one last time, trying to remember the beauty and grace of Vusek and place it into its.
Again, as you gently get it even close, there's like a suction and it goes, and it suctions into the spot and it starts to pulse and you feel like a humidity in the air. There's a certain amount of humidity in the air and you even like feel a cool breeze. Magnus and Woe and Sorshe and Bullstrong, you look up and you see like the clouds are kind of like getting darker and you just feel like kind of a mist in the air. He continues to chant. Next is fire. The warmth of Deepa from above. That which sustains all life of Nuofopmai. Place the tear of Deepa into the artifact.
Of course.
Same thing happens. As you approach, you see the slot, you gently kind of like are about to put it in, and before you even get close to it, it's like, and it's sucked in, and there's like a flash of like, almost like a torch being lit. And there's like a bright orange kind of light, and then it kind of flickers. Not so much pulsing like earth and water, but kind of like flickering like fire. And at that very moment, Bullstrong, you jump back like 2 feet because the campfire that you're sitting by when you're watching all this stuff bursts up into like a 6-foot flame and then kind of dies back down to a normal size.
Dang.
And even Vorsu looks over at it and like down at his chest and then back to the artifact. Tertingi continues the chant, and after another 10 minutes, he says, finally there is air. The air which we breathe, the air that provides the atmosphere above Nuofopmai, the air which supports and floats the island continent miles above the surface. Place the breath of them into the vessel. I forgot who has the breath of them. Oh, Mantra. Mantra stands up and she comes over and she sets the breath of them down, suctions in. As that happens, another gust of wind kind of blows across. The campfire like flickers back and forth. You guys kind of start to feel the rain coming down. You see lightning in the sky. And during that flash of lightning, everybody make a perception check. I will roll for Woe. Not bad.
Nat 20.
Oh, what a surprise. The person with an 82 passive perception happened to roll a nat 20. Magnus. And probably anybody else who had a 20 or higher.
Yeah, like 23.
Okay.
Rolled an 8.
You guys are naturally drawn as this natural phenomenon seems to be amplified by the elemental crystals being placed into the artifact. You're naturally drawn to that which is happening. You kind of look over and you see the flames from the fire. You feel the rain coming down on you softly. You feel warmth and yet the cool rain. The earth kind of not vibrates, but you kind of feel like a little bit of a tremor, you know what I mean? A little bit of vibration. The lightning flashes in the sky, and just for that brief moment, you saw something way up in the clouds, just so far away. something way up high, flying in the sky, in the night sky.
Can we tell at all what it
Malakuni,
is?
Chertingi Malakuni, deep in meditation and chanting, says, "It is time now to bring the elements together to open the portal. It is time to place the black orb into the center of the vessel." You see Olin walk over, and he sets the black orb into the cup, and it doesn't suction into the cup. It just kind of sits in there, and then he steps back. Chertingi continues the chant, and he starts rocking back and forth, and his voice chanting becomes louder because the wind, the sound of the wind, the rain hitting the ground, the lightning crashing seems to require him to chant louder. And as he's doing this, you guys notice that the black orb starts to levitate. It starts to float up, and it's now just floating above the cup in the center. And you see each of the 4 elements start to glow, and the color of their glow starts to go towards the black orb, as if there was like just an ever so slight shimmering beam of color, like a soft laser of white and blue and green and red going from each of the elemental crystals into the black orb floating above the center of the artifact. And the light becomes brighter. The lightning crashes again. Magnus, this time you see whatever was up in the clouds and the night sky seems to be getting closer.
I'm gonna notify the group and say, "Hey guys, that there's something up there and it's getting closer."
Ha ha ha, maybe that's what Ayuk told me, warned me about.
Vorsu looks up and is like, "It is not Taik."
Does it look anything like the thing that I saw at the beginning of everything in the sky?
Magnus is still on that.
I'm still on that. I never figured that out. What was that?
Probably
Sorshe and Woe, after this has been pointed out to you, you look up in the night sky through the rain, and occasionally the lightning flashes, and you see an enormous form flying way up in the clouds.
If it's another dragon, I'm literally gonna shit myself.
Dragon Boy?
Oh,
Dragon Boy?
oh, Sorshe. Oh, Woe. Have you forgotten so soon?
Is it the mom? I literally hate you, Bill. You're literally the
Sorry, what did you just say? Mom?
one.
Oh.
Wait a minute. What's up? What's up?
You guys need to kill that dragon egg right the fuck now.
No.
Oh, we're not. You're the one wearing her children's skin.
I'll tell you what's up.
Guys.
I'll tell you what's up. Chertingi Malakuni's continuing the ritual. And you see the glow from each of the fueling elemental crystals that's piling into the orb as the black orb in the center now is swirling in its levitation. It starts casting this mixed rainbow of color.
Are we gonna
towards
send the dragon
stone
to the portal?
archway? And the stone archway starts taking on a milky, strange sort of color of multiple colors. Multiple swirling cosmic colors in the archway. And where you could previously look through the stone archway and see the rest of the mountains, it is no longer that. It is becoming opaque. It is becoming a swirl of multiple colors. And Vorsu looks at the arch. He looks at the portal as it's starting, as the stone arch is starting to turn into a magical portal, and he points at it and he says, Taik. And when he says that, that's when you hear the most terrifying sound you've ever heard. A sound louder and more terrifying than anything you've ever heard. Blasting from the sky. and you look up at a flash of lightning and see the biggest dragon you have ever seen in your life diving down towards you.
Okay, can we send her
Roll
through the portal?
initiative.
Wait, can we send her through the portal?
The portal's not open yet.
I look up, I go, hey, Miss Queen.
Yeah.
And then I roll.
Time to roll initiative, y'all.
15. I don't know what my addition is.
Well, whoa, look, I rolled for you and you got a 20.
Ayo. Yes, sir.
I also got a 15.
Okay. Virginia, I'm making you in charge of initiative. Everybody read off your initiative to Virginia.
15.
Okay, so we got
Sorshe
Jordan.
got a 15.
Whoa
I
has a
also-
29.
Whoa has a 29 because she's a savage.
I also have a 15.
Okay, I got, what the heck did I get? Hold up, I got I can add 13. Okay,
What can I add, Bill?
You have a +2, so your total would be 17.
That's what we like to
Alright.
see.
DJ and Jennie, what did you guys get?
19.
8.
DJ, 19.
I'm taking my sweet time.
Sorry.
It's okay. All right, I think that's everyone. So first up would be Melissa.
Another question, do we have our horses still, or are they just like in the void?
No horses. You got teleported here.
I don't want my horse to die.
Where did they go?
sorry.
Wait, where's the Duke?
Trizzle, the Duke is with Tertingi doing the ritual with Tertingi.
He has to do the ritual with him?
Trizzle got a 24.
Oh my god. Okay.
What did
So,
Unalak get? or
whoa,
whatever?
you're up first. Now, this enormous, gargantuan, ancient red dragon,
Yep.
who you may remember
Yep.
as the mother,
Yep.
Zmai,
Mm-hmm.
is flying towards you.
Mm.
She is 150 feet away.
You're saying 120 pounds. It's like,
No, she's 150 feet away in the
Okay.
air, dive bombing towards you guys.
Okay. That stunning strike.
Wait, can Abby and what's her face do anything?
No.
for the weapons?
Mantra's there, but Abby's not there.
What about her lightning?
I'm gonna run, do stunning strike, and run up, jump. I'm in the air, ninja punch, right in the
Okay.
nose.
So you're gonna have to wait around. You could run up and jump, but it's too far. You can't jump 150 feet in the air.
Darn it.
You're good, but you're not that good. So what do you want to do to prepare for that next round? You want to
Okay.
run up the mountain?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You full on ninja run up the mountain. Next
Awesome.
up, who's up next, Virginia?
So did Reagan get a 15 or what did you roll?
She got a 17 total.
Got a 17. Okay. I
So
gotta
is
change
Trizzle
that.
up next?
Yeah, Trizzle should be up next.
Trizzle also runs in terror and hides under an outcropping of rock along the mountainside. Who's up next?
All right, up next is DJ.
All right. I'm gonna tuck my dragon egg into Trizzle, so he's wrapped around it. So if
Okay.
at any point it needs to be teleported, he can. And I'm just gonna be like, watch this, and then I'm gonna run back up towards the mountain, and I'm just gonna have to wait because I can't really swing at him right now.
All right. So you have Orc Smasher out and you're running up the mountain.
Yeah.
Okay. Who's up next?
Up next is Reagan.
I don't know. I guess I will. Can I get my spear ready?
Yes. You could actually shoot your longbow.
Okay, yeah, I'll do that. Do we have any I think we have some of that venomous poison.
Yes.
All right, I'm gonna dip my arrows in that.
Okay. You're going to dip your arrow into the venomous poison. That means you're going to shoot next round.
Okay.
All right. Who's up next?
Jordan.
Jordan.
Okay.
Zmai is 150 feet away.
All right. I will. Let me just check what. Never mind. Okay, I'll just cast spiritual weapon
Okay.
and get a spiritual weapon ready.
Okay. Who's up next?
Up next would be it's me. Okay. So does anyone can we like talk to this thing? Is that a thing we can do?
Does anyone know Draconic?
It speaks English or whatever it is that we speak.
Common.
It speaks common?
Yeah. It told us that we were a bunch of lowlifes and that we needed to die. That's how
It's okay. We can work on this. It's fine. I'm gonna start just by yelling up like, "We come in peace."
Okay.
I don't know. Does that do anything?
Okay, you do. You yell it as loud as you can. Anything else? You want to move somewhere, take cover, heal yourself, run,
I'll
shoot a bow and arrow at it.
I'm not gonna say I come in peace and then
Yeah, that's
shoot
good.
at it.
That's a good point. That was stupid. All right. Anything else? Move, take cover.
I'll be the one to just like stand there and as it comes down, I'll try and talk to it.
Okay. Who's up next?
Jennie.
Capella.
So, the first priority on mine is to get the hell away from Dragonwearer over here, because that seems like target number 1. So, let's use all of our movement for that.
Okay. Are you running up the hill where Bullstrong and Woe are running, or down the hill, or are you taking cover like Trizzle?
I think I'll hide with Trizzle for now. That's a good idea.
Okay. Oh, I forgot to roll for Olin. Oh, he's last. All right. Who's up? Is that it?
Yeah. And then it restarts. So Melissa's
Okay.
back at the top,
So-
I think.
Olin actually like whips his cloak around him and he casts a spell and darkness blankets the entire area. None of you can see. It's completely pitch black. On the actually, no. Those of you, Woe and Bullstrong, who ran up the mountain, you look back over your shoulder as you're running and you see blackness, inky blackness, just cover the entire area. Now it's top of the order. Whoa. You and the big Goliath Barbarian are running up the mountain. Zmai has gotten much closer. You could do a running jump to attack Zmai.
Awesome. Yeah, I would like to do like, you know how they punch sharks in the nose? Like I
Yeah.
kind of do that, but from a jump, and use my stunning strike. So I like continue running up, and then I jump off onto like level with Zmai.
Okay. Stunning
Just
strike.
kidding. Wait,
What?
do that, but instead of punch, I just jump on the top of his like head nose area.
You want to ride Zmai.
Yeah, but also like slam down and punch as I jump on.
Okay.
With-
Bullstrong, you see this deft little human just like turn and start running and jump and like dive. And 19 plus 7, 26. Lands on the back of the dragon and in landing does like the superhero landing with the fist down and the knees down. Stunning strike. That's a hit. It's a hit.
Damn.
It's armor class 22. All right, stunning strike. Now, the Zmai will roll a saving throw. How is that even possible? You burn a chi and you stun the dragon.
Awesome.
This is what happens. The dragon continues because it was going at a certain velocity, but it stops its wings flapping and its lower legs flapping, and now it is plummeting towards the plateau.
Okay.
However, only Bullstrong can see this because the rest of you are blanketed in complete darkness. Bullstrong.
But I stunned him, correct?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Or her, sorry.
Bullstrong, it's your turn. Despite the initiative order, it's your turn. I need to know what you do.
So
You see the entire flat landing of the plateau
dark.
is complete magical darkness. You can't see into it, and whoever's in there isn't seeing through it. But you see that this dragon now has stopped flapping and its limbs have kind of gone straight, and the little human's riding it down like a missile.
Based on the trajectory, like where does it look like it's gonna aim for?
On the plateau.
Would it look kind of like where somebody was standing recently, or just kind of like
Okay.
a random?
Imagine that you're sitting in your backyard, and your backyard is, I don't know, 80 feet deep. And then a 747 is aiming at your backyard. That's about the scale that we're talking about.
So my backyard, so the whole plateau.
Yes.
I'm trying to figure out a way to just, I don't want to just yell, prepare to get hit by a giant dragon that's going to, like, oh, well. You guys are going to get hit with a giant dragon. I don't know what to do.
Shout.
I'm going to throw my small hammer.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Throw
shoot
it.
the dragon and hope it'll nudge it, like, to the side.
Throw it.
All right. Oh, geez. That's not wonderful. 16.
You hit. The
Tongue.
hammer goes picking. Whoa. You're plummeting towards the inky darkness.
Yeah, but I have her body as a cushion, don't I?
You do.
Should I?
You're like, yeah, her body's a cushion, but when it stops, I'm gonna go flying like a person on a motorcycle without a helmet. But here's what happens. Suddenly the dragon snaps out of it, throws its wings out completely, and it kind of catches the drift of air and pulls out just before it hits the darkness. You have to make a deck save, which you do because I rolled a 19 and you have a stupid +7. You jump off, not knowing where you're going, but you jump off and land in the darkness. Ka-doom-doom. You roll. Back to initiative order. So who was after Woe? Trizzle. Trizzle's peeing himself under a rock. Who's after Trizzle?
After Trizzle is Bullstrong.
Bullstrong just did his thing. Who's after Bullstrong?
Sorshe.
Sorshe, you're surrounded by darkness. You can hear a lot of things. You hear
Don't I
the
have
sound.
like hella good night vision though?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. This is magical darkness.
All right. Then I'm just gonna. Well, do I? So the dragon's gone by now.
Yeah.
So do I hear where it is?
You heard the sound of wind, something coming down, and then you felt a gust of wind that almost blew you over, and then you heard something enormous fly by.
Is this really close?
It might have been within 20 feet of where you are.
Can I shoot at it?
You could shoot blind with disadvantage.
I'm gonna shoot my non-poisonous arrows just to like.
Okay. You fire an arrow off, you miss. Who's after Sorshe?
After Sorshe is Areia.
Okay. Do I feel the dragon near me? Do I know where?
Same thing. All of you hear the sound of the dragon. You feel the gust of wind. You hear it kind of like fly over you guys.
Oh, over us? Okay.
Like it sounds like it was going to crash into you, and then it pulled out of the dive just in the nick of time and kind of like flew up over you.
Okay, then can I hold my action until I get a visual, or at least I know that she's within like 60 feet of me?
Sure. Who's up next, Virginia?
All right, after Areia would be. Oh, it's me. I'm going to run. Do I know where up the hill is? Because up the hill isn't cloaked in darkness, right?
Yeah, but you're in the darkness, so you can't see through it. I will let you. Okay, I rolled. You want to head towards the hill.
Yeah.
You run in the direction of where you think the hill is, and you kind of scramble up, and you emerge out of the darkness, and you kind of like look back over your shoulder. The plateau is still covered in darkness. You see Bullstrong like 30 feet ahead of you up the hill. You do not see the little human woe.
Okay.
You see the dragon. She is now about 90 feet away from the plateau, on the
And-
same vertical level of it, but like 90 feet away from it, as if she pulled out of a dive and flew away.
Okay, so she's currently flying away from us?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna run in that direction, in the direction that she's flying.
That would be off a cliff.
Oh, not off a cliff. The furthest off the cliff that I can go without jumping off the cliff.
Okay. So you're above the darkness, but you're towards the edge. Got it. Who's after you?
After me is Capella.
All right. Well, currently I'm hanging out with Trizzle in these bushes, and it's like very dark still. So I'm gonna put my shield to kind of block in front of both of us, and I'm gonna see if I can cast light cantrip on it.
Okay. Nothing glows light.
Okay. It was an attempt.
Who's next?
So we're at the top of the order then, which is whoa.
Okay. The darkness suddenly disappears. Olin has dispelled the darkness. You guys can all see Zmai is about 90 feet away, flying away from the plateau. But she seems to be on a slow, long arch to circle back. Whoa. You find yourself on the dirt of the plateau. You see people spread out all around you. You see Chertingi and Sharsane conducting the ritual, and you see the glow of the portal is even brighter now. And you can no longer see through the stone archway. It has become opaque and a swirl of colors.
So is it open?
It seems like it's close to opening.
And Zmai is where again?
Zmai is about 90 feet away off the cliff, flying away from you, but doing a big wide circle back.
I'm just gonna take cover close to the portal, but not like.
Okay. You run up and kind of like put your back up against the archway.
Yeah.
As you're close to it, a strange thing. You can actually smell like a different smell coming through the portal. You can hear different sounds coming through the portal.
Oh.
All right, up next, Trizzle. Trizzle looks up from his hiding spot. He sees Capella. He's hiding behind the shield. And he looks at the egg that Bullstrong gave him, and he's like, Trizzle does not want this. And he rolls the egg out onto the plateau.
Useless.
After Trizzle,
After Trizzle is Bullstrong.
Bullstrong, you're up the mountain. The darkness is lifted. You see the dragon about 90 feet away off the cliff in the air flying, but making a deep, wide kind of circle to come back around again.
Do I see my hammer on the ground?
Yes.
All right, I'm gonna go pick that up.
Okay. You
And
run back down. You're on the plateau with everybody. You grab your hammer.
hey guys, what's going on? What happened with all the dark, not lightness stuff?
You see the egg is not with Trizzle. It's on the ground.
I'm gonna have to dive for the egg.
Okay. You scoop up your hammer. You run over to the egg, yelling to your friends, "What's up with the darkness?" You grab the egg. So you got the football in one hand and the hammer in the other. Who's next?
Got it.
Next up is Sorshe.
Sorsha.
Is
You
it
see the
within?
dragon.
Is it? It's within range of my
Yes,
Oh,
it's
okay.
within range of your longbow.
Okay. Then I take my poisonous arrows and I go.
Oh my God. First shot is a 20. Second shot is definitely a miss. All right, that first shot,
Poof.
Zmai will roll a con save against the poison and succeed with a 29. But you still do a nice sum of damage, a tidy 12 damage.
How much life does this thing have?
A lot.
Not 12.
It has more than all of you put together. More hit points than all of you put together.
Why don't we try and talk to him or her?
Who's up
You
next?
already tried to kill me before, bro.
Next up is Areia.
Areia, you're up. You could see Zmai. She's about 90 feet away, making a wide arc to circle back.
No,
Do you have any spells left?
Yeah, I have a couple. I'm like, Magnus, are we talking to her?
I think we should. I mean, we're number one. I don't like. I don't want to kill her. Number two, like, we can't kill her.
Okay.
So if you know anything that we can do to calm her down and get her to not kill us, that'd be great.
That's a good question because, hold on. I have
Who's after
one
Areia?
thing.
After Areia is me.
Okay, think about what you want to do. Areia,
Okay.
what are you going to do?
Okay. Let me just check something. Okay. I'll say, okay, I'll try something, and then I'll run up 30 feet so she's within 60 feet of me. And I will try to cast Calm Emotions on her.
Ooh, what's
So
the save on that?
It's a Charisma save 15, I think, is that's my spell save.
All right, she rolled a 3, but her charisma save bonus is 13, so she wins. Ancient red dragons.
Yeah, I'm like, that's all I can do, Magnus.
You
Thank
do try to call emotions. What do you say?
I say, we don't have to fight. Let's talk or bargain.
You yell that out as loud as you can.
Yeah, like.
All right, Magnus, you're up.
Okay, so do I know? Can I do a check for like my knowledge of ancient red dragons?
Sure.
Awesome. What would that be?
Arcana.
All right. Well, that's not great. That's 15.
Good enough. What do you want to know?
How I can calm her down and get her to come down and talk to us.
Ancient red dragons are inherently chaotic evil,
Great.
but they're not stupid. They're intelligent. And they're capable of communicating.
Okay. I still don't know what to do. Okay, I'm just gonna yell up. Please come down, Zemaya. We can work with you.
Okay, you yell out. Who's after you?
After me, is Capella.
All right. Seeing Trizzle throw the egg out of the bushes.
Yeah, Bullstrong has it. He scooped it up. It was like a football play. It was like a fumble. He ran down, he grabbed his hammer, he scooped up the egg.
I want to pop back out of the bushes and gesture frantically to him because he's visible.
Yes.
And I suppose that's all I can do for now.
You could say something.
Well, I want to shout to him like, she can see you. And
All right, who's next after Capella?
After Capella, we're at the top of the order, so that would be Woe.
Okay, so Olin, who's at the bottom of the order, runs over to the archway, puts his back up against the stone of the archway, like Woe, and is waiting. Top of the order. Something happens with the portal. You see that the colors in the air have now become kind of a form that is closest to you to seem to be almost like liquid. Like it's not see-through anymore. Like it's like you're looking into a pool that's vertical with swirling colors. Chertingi Malakuni looks up and he breaks his chant and he says, "Go, go, brother, go!"
Can we throw the egg in the portal so the dragon will follow?
When it's your turn, you could say that. The portal is about 9 feet tall. The dragon is about 30 feet tall. Somehow
Yeah.
I don't think it would fit.
That's messed up to do that to them.
Postscript. Chertingi Malakuni says this. "Whoa, you're up." You heard him say, "Go, brother, go." Do you go through the portal?
Yeah, I'm kind of curious, but before I'm like, bye, Sorshe.
I'm like, I love you, girl. I believe in you.
I'm about to cry. I don't even know why.
Wait, should I follow her? Will I even survive?
You could decide on your round. Whoa, are you going through the portal this round or not?
Yeah, I say bye, Sorshe, bye, everybody, and I walk through the portal.
Good luck.
I see you see the dirty, scrawny little human monk wave goodbye and yell goodbye, and then she jumps into this pool of liquid color, and there isn't a splash, but she just like whoop, and like disappears into it. Who's up next? Trizzle?
Trizzle's next.
Trizzle runs over to Magnus, and Trizzle sees Magnus and looks at Magnus and like looks at the dragon who's circling around, and Trizzle falls to his knees and just reaches up and like holds Magnus's hand. Who's after Trizzle?
After Trizzle is Bullstrong.
Bullstrong. The dragon is circling back.
Bro, pass me that egg.
All right, I'm gonna like run over and try to slyly pass the egg so that it doesn't look like I dropped it off, but I'm still running. Then I'm
Okay.
just running in a random direction.
You
Not
pass
too
it
far away.
to Capella?
Yeah.
Okay. Who's up next?
After Bullstrong is Sorshe.
And as I run towards the portal, I fire off a last arrow.
You miss. Do you run through the portal?
Yeah.
You see the Half-Orc run, fire an arrow, and just kind of jump through the portal. Who's up next?
Up next is Areia.
Areia. The dragon is circling around.
All right.
Next round, she will be at the plateau.
Okay, I see. Do I see the egg get past the Capella?
I will make a roll. No, you don't. Just despite whatever numbers Bullstrong had, I rolled a 20. He sleight-of-handed the hell out of that egg.
Okay.
You got faked out by the quarterback.
But I don't see it anywhere.
You don't see it. You see
Okay.
him running,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
you don't
yeah.
see the egg. He doesn't have the egg. He's got his hammer.
Okay, well, if I don't see the egg, then I will just stand in front of Magnus and Chisel, and I'll pull out my shield,
Okay.
and I'll just like,
Brace for impact.
yeah.
Okay, who's up next?
Up after Areia is me. I'm just gonna keep holding Trizzle's hand and say, guys, don't fire.
Okay.
After me is Capella.
Capella, what do you do?
Now that I have the egg in one hand and the shield in the other, in like my bush, I want to try to stay hidden and just get like further down the mountain so I can still see the plateau, but I'm like a little.
Okay. You move about 30 feet down and kind of find like a little niche so you could still see, but you're like kind of 10 feet down from them at a grade.
Okay.
You see Olin turn and jump into the portal. You see Unak run up to Sharsane and wait by Sharsane. Sharsane looks at his brother, Tertingi Malakuni, and he lifts his hand. And for a brief moment, they touch hands together. Goodbye, brother. And then he turns, and he and Unak jump into the portal.
Good luck.
Top of the order. Zmai extends her wings and lands on one end of the plateau. She stands at the edge of this cliff, towering above everyone except for Vorsu. Vorsu stands. Zmai looks at Vorsu, and you hear her voice. What is this thing?
Worst thing.
Vorsu?
Vorsu doesn't do anything. He just stands. Bullstrong, you are up in initiative order. You see all this transpire. What do you do?
I don't know what I can do. This looks like a battle of the Titans. Is there anything higher than like everybody right now, like a vantage point that I could gain on anybody? Or
You
is this
could.
like maximum?
Yep, you can climb up.
All right, I'm gonna attempt to climb. Would that be like athletics or?
Are you trying to go full movement? Make an
Yeah,
athletic check.
I'm trying to kind of get a sort of like, like surprise attack kind of spot in case anything goes down or in case I need to jump on top of someone.
Okay. Make an athletics check.
All right. That's not wonderful. 8. Yeah, 18.
Okay. You're able to climb up. You get 30 feet up and a little bit closer. So you're kind of like in the middle up above. And on one side is a giant Zmai, and on the other side is a giant Vorsu. Who is up after Bullstrong?
After Bullstrong would be Sorshe, but after Sorshe is Areia.
Areia, you see this. You are standing 30 feet away from an ancient red dragon, facing her as she stands at one end of the plateau. You are standing next to Magnus and Trizzle. Capella is just a few feet behind you guys, but like a little bit lower down. And on the other end of the plateau cliff is Vorsu. The portal is glowing and open, but the only person by all of the crystals, by the artifact, and by the portal now is Tertingi Malakuni. What do you do?
I'll say, I guess I'll just say, like, we don't need to fight. Why have you come? There may be maybe we can reach an agreement on something.
Ooh, that's a nice use of a persuasion check. Go ahead.
Persuasion's not good.
Shitty.
13.
You speak your piece. Zmai looks at you, much like a dog would look at a mouse. Up next in initiative order.
Would be me.
What do you say?
I look up at Zmai and say, "What do you desire?"
She looks down at you in a similar fashion. Who's up after you?
After me is Capella.
I am going to instead recast my light cantrip on the egg.
You do.
That's my action.
You see that the ancient red dragon's eyes are drawn past you, Magnus, past Areia, towards Capella. And you see a glow of light coming from behind Capella's shield. Zemanek carefully eyes Vorsu and then eyes Capella. Give me back my egg.
We can return your child, but we cannot be harmed.
Ooh, make that persuasion check, buddy. Hope it's a good roll.
$16.
Okay. She seems to kind of be warily looking at you. And you see her eyes dart over to the portal and to Tertingi. And she says, "Put my child into the portal, and I will leave you unharmed,
Why into the portal?
so that it may have life."
Can it not have life here?
Her nostrils flare and smoke come out. Tertingi Malakuni looks, he kind of like slowly turns, right? And he looks at Capella and he's like, then he kind of turns back to the portal. Mai's nostrils flare again. Put my child in the portal,
Why?
so that it may have life.
Can it not have life here?
Nostrils flare. The dragon kind of sits back a little bit, and you hear the suction of air going into its mouth.
That's a poor choice.
Yeah, that's not good.
And it's a long, slow suction in. Capella, what do you do?
Clutching the egg, I want to still keep my face to the dragon, but I want to move more slowly, shuffle more. Can I move towards the portal, but also towards, like, Areia and Magnus? Is that...
Yes.
Yes, I'm going to shuffle towards them in my same stance.
Okay. Zmai stops sucking in and just holds her breath. Smoke is flaring out of her nostrils. Her eyes are darting around, looking at all of you.
Wait, can I cast something or do something?
Yeah.
Wait, can I cast sending to Flynoop by the portal?
Yep.
And can I say, what if Capella gives it to you and you make it look like it goes through the portal? Can you make it disappear without going in?
Can red dragons read minds?
I think they
He says, how many, what does he have, 25 words? She will recognize me. Give it to the slave.
Okay. I hold up my shield a little higher so that I can turn to Trizzle behind me.
Yeah.
And I say, Trizzle, you have to take it to the portal And can you make it disappear? Not go through the portal. Can you make it look like it goes through the portal? Okay.
Trizzle can do this.
Okay. And then
Trizzle is good at making things disappear.
you have to make it the most convincing performance of your entire life. And then I'll look at our Capella and I'll say, Capella, why don't you give it to this slave? Make him take it to the portal. So that if Demai hurts you, you won't get harmed.
Oh, nice. Make a deception check, Jordan.
That's a 19.
19's pretty good.
+0.
Trizzle stands up slowly and turns towards Capella and walks over towards her. And he reaches out his hands.
I want to gently extend him the egg and continue just the guard.
He takes the egg and he kind of turns to Zemai and he nods and he starts walking over towards the portal. And he stops for a moment and he looks back at Magnus and he says, Trizzle will keep you safe. And he starts walking towards the portal. You notice that Zemai at no point takes her eyes off of Trizzle. See her eyes carefully following. Smoke starting to billow from her nose. Trizzle gets within 5 feet of the portal. And he looks back at you guys one more time. And you see he holds the egg up. And it's still glowing from the light cantrip. And you see he walks over towards the portal. And he says, the egg will go through the portal. And you see he looks back at you guys, extending his hands with the egg towards the portal. And then he walks through the portal.
What? What?
Trizzle is gone. The egg and Trizzle are gone.
Does the bracelet work through the portal? I don't say this out loud. This is like a...
That is a meta question that cannot be answered.
You should wait if you do that. Don't do it right now.
Zemai looks. She actually moves her head around, kind of like lowers it and looks at all of you, looks up the hill, looks down.
I'm going to act really mad, even if like it is just to be a show, because...
But
they
you
took
don't know
my
that.
egg.
You're not even over with us. You didn't hear what went on.
I could have seen.
You don't know what went on.
You see Zemai look at Vorsu and look at all of you again, and then look down at Tertingi Melakuni. And she says, close the portal, Malakuni. And then she kind of steps back and jumps up and her wings start flapping and she flies away.
We can't close it if Trizzle's in there.
You see Tertingi Melakuni look to you guys. And this is like, unless you guys want to do something for the next 30 seconds, it's like everyone is in a state of shock.
Well, you can hear... You said before that you could hear sounds through the portal, right?
You can.
Okay, I'm gonna go up to the portal and yell, Trizzle, are you in there?
You yell. Tertingi Melakuni looks back at you guys and he says, I cannot keep the portal open. It is too dangerous. It's been open for far too long. Others will see it on the other sides. We
Guys,
must
whatever.
close it. We must close it.
Well, I asked Frizzle if he could make it look like it went through the portal,
You did.
and I asked Malakuni, and he said to give it to Trizzle. So
You did.
maybe
Okay.
Trizzle knows something
Try-
that we
we'll
don't.
let him close it, but you can try your bracelet.
I'm trying the bracelet.
You concentrate on the bracelet. You concentrate deeply. And suddenly, there's a flash. Trizzle returns.
Okay. We're good.
He has the dragon egg. And he says, "See, Trizzle is very good at making things disappear."
Drizzle is
And
very good. Thank you.
See that he hands the dragon egg to Tertingi. And Tertingi is like, "Ah, truly a relief. You have all done very well. You have my utter gratitude. And now I must leave. So enjoy the crystals. I appreciate your services throughout everything. All of these powers are yours to enjoy." And you see he walks over towards the portal, and he's like 5 inches away. He's like, "I will now return to Arakazine. I hope that all of you have a long and prosperous life here on New Ophotmi. But
Thank
it
you.
is time to close the portal. So, excuse me." And you see he kind of looks at the artifact, and he reaches his hand out, and the black orb flies into his hand. And as it does, the colors of the portal start to fade. But once the black orb gets into his hand, something else happens. You see his appearance begin to change. His long, perfectly blonde, straight hair begins to come up and darken, and it becomes dark and curly. His elvish ears begin to round out. His skin takes on a pale hue. His noble cloaks turn into gaudy, colorful attire, much like a strange jester.
Oh my lord.
And suddenly he becomes the dark-haired Finoop. And then he just leans back into the portal and disappears with the dragon egg
Wait, what?
Wait!
and
Wait!
the black orb.
Wait!
Is there no moment to stop him if we see him going through the portal with the egg?
There absolutely is a moment to stop him. Even
Great.
though that ending would have been the greatest ending, that would be a dick move of me. So everybody roll initiative one last time.
Oh my
What
god.
the fuck? I'm baffled. How did the egg even occur?
How did
All of that transformation happened, by the way. He is the dark, curly-haired Finoop.
What the fuck? So why? Why would
So before he leans back and goes through the portal, each one of you gets a move. Tell me what you do.
Oh god. I got 12, so somebody go before me. I don't know what to do.
I have to look something up, so if anyone has anything to do.
All right, roll call. DJ, what's your initiative?
21.
Ooh. Ooh. All right. Virginia, what's your initiative?
I got a hearty 9.
Ooh. Okay. Jennie, what's your initiative?
6.
Okay.
I got a
Jordan?
13.
DJ, you are tied with him. Oh, wait, hold on. Trizzle. No, that's a fail. 6. Even +4 is 10. Trizzle has a 10. DJ, you are tied with Finoop. What do you do?
So I'm still at my vantage point, right? Like kind of high
Yes.
up.
Yep.
Vorsu, how tall is he relative to me currently?
So you're 30 feet in the air, so you're at his eye level because he's
Okay.
standing at 30 feet in height.
All right, good. I'm gonna jump onto him and just be like, Vorsu, we need to get him.
Okay, so you're gonna
Push
springboard off
down
of
towards
Vorsu.
him. Yeah.
All right, make an athletics check for the jump. You get a small running start and you jump onto Vorsu
Oh
while
my
you're
God.
yelling, "We have to get him."
Okay.
Don't
You know, it'd be funny
19.
if DJ rolled a 1 and he just fell off the cliff.
19.
19?
Yes.
That's good. As you're in the air, you yell, Vorsu, we have to get him. Vorsu has an 18 initiative. Vorsu will act after Finu. Finu fades into the portal.
Okay. What am I gonna do?
You could have grabbed him.
I'm up here.
Oh my god.
Wait, so is that it? All of us got initiative after Finoop?
Yeah.
No.
Is the portal closed?
No.
Oh. Okay, so who's next?
You have this round. That's it.
God.
He took the black orb. The power of the portal is closing now. The crystals, the elemental crystals are all still there. They're still glowing. They're still shooting colored lasers at the black orb as he's fading into the portal. But that's it. You got this round. He's gone through the portal.
Well, who's next? Initiative.
I got a 9, so it ain't me.
Jennie, what was your initiative?
I was like, whoa. I don't even know. No.
Does that mean Trizzle or me is next?
I think you.
You're next. I mean, technically Vorsu's next, and he's like basically he's coming down towards the portal with Bullstrong.
Do I think Vorsu would be able to like either fit
Vorsu
in?
will not fit in there.
Will his arm fit in there?
Maybe. Do you want to tell him to reach in and grab him?
Yeah. I say, Vorsu, can you try to reach in and grab him? I can't go through the portal.
Use this in your hand.
Vorsu reaches his arm into the portal. You see weird, colorful energies happening, like a spike of color coming out of the portal. Bullstrong, you're on his shoulder, right? Because he's 30 feet tall, but something's happening. He is not.
Something's happening.
He is shrinking. Vorsu is shrinking. His giant hand and arm were like almost the diameter of this door. When he reached in, and he's reaching in, kind of like you see him grasping around, simultaneously, he's quickly shrinking. He is now about 15 feet in height, and you're basically weighing him down. Who's next in initiative?
Jordan?
She went.
Yeah, I just went.
Then I believe it's you.
Okay, well. I'm just gonna take my lance and I'm gonna lunge myself in. I'm gonna try to keep my footing in this landscape and try to just lunge
So
double-handed.
you're fishing.
Yeah.
You're hoping to spear him.
Yeah.
Okay. Make an attack roll at disadvantage. Tell me what the rolls are, and then add in your modifiers. You're basically spearing blind.
Is it 2 attacks? At disadvantage?
Yes. So your first attack, what are the rolls?
So the first attack with disadvantage is 12. The full attack bonus 12. That's 18.
Okay. Make your second attack.
Yeah, it's a critical fail.
Okay. You stab in and you hear like, oh, and then, but you didn't hook him. So you hit him on that first one. Roll the damage.
$14.
Okay. When you pull your lance out and you jab again, you notice that there's blood on the end of your lance. Is that the end of the order?
I think I'm next.
Okay, you're next.
All right, so I have an explorer's pack, and the explorer's pack has rope.
Yep.
So I'm gonna tie my rope into a lasso, and and so because Capella stabbed him, I have an idea where he is. Right?
I'll let you try to lasso him at disadvantage.
Okay, so what would that be?
I'll let you make 2 dex-based attack rolls.
2 dex-based.
Sorry,
Okay.
one dex-based attack roll, but at disadvantage. So you're gonna roll twice, pick the lower of the 2, and then add in your proficiency and your dex modifier.
Okay. Oh no. That's a 10.
Nope. You
Mm.
put your lasso in and you kind of wiggle it around, hoping that you'll snag him, and you pull it back out. Bullstrong, you are on top of Vorsu, and he is shrunken now. His arm, his body, his head, everything has shrunken down. He is now your size. And he pulls his arm back out. And he's basically the same physical form. Like he still has arms and a like humanoid torso and head and horns and legs and wings, but he is not 30 feet tall anymore. You guys see the magic of the portal fading. You can actually see through it now to the other side of the stone arch. You see like the night sky and the mountains behind it. The colors recede back into the elemental crystals. Frizzle looks completely heartbroken.
Trizzle did not know, my friends. Trizzle thought Blonde Elf was a friend.
It's not your fault, Drizzle. So is the portal completely closed?
Yep.
Well. What now, guys?
My baby.
Well,
I
I
mean-
guess the only thing we can hope for is that they don't.
Die because you stabbed them, and
Is
they're
that they don't. Well, that they don't hatch the egg. I mean, the other guys went through the portal too. You know, maybe they will find him there with an egg, and they'll realize there's 2 of them, and maybe they can, stop him.
So are all the colors gone from the portal?
The colors are gone from the portal. They have receded into the elemental crystals. But each of the elemental crystals are still glowing.
And he took the black orb with him.
Took the black orb with him.
Do we know what the black orb was?
That's what basically unplugged. That's what basically unplugged the artifact.
Well, the black orb was the void, right?
Yep.
That was supposed to represent Taik.
Yep.
But didn't Vorsu say that Amity was the chosen of Taik? I don't know. I'm sure if
What would he be
with
able to
us,
do?
if he was still with us, maybe he could channel him somehow, or
I mean, I can try. I don't know where exactly that portal is. I can try sending a message to, like, Sorshe or Woe and tell them what happened. But I can only try it once.
Do you want
Okay.
to try it?
Yeah, I'll try to send a message to Woe,
Okay.
and I will say, Finu tricked us. He went through the portal with a dragon egg. If you find him, you have to stop him. Please.
You were not sure if your message spell worked. Or if she could not respond through the portal.
I mean, I don't have magic, so that's probably like.
Okay, well, I sent a message. I tried. I didn't get a response, so
Can
I
I
can only hope that they heard me.
examine? Sorry, can I examine the crystals, see if they're still embedded in there or if they're.
Do you go to pick up one of the crystals?
Yeah.
It's loose.
I'm
Do you
gonna
pick up? Do you pick up the milk of Usake again?
Yes.
You pick up the milk of Usake, and you feel the same energy that was in it before. You were attuned to it, and you immediately connect to it like nothing had happened.
It still retains the energy.
So could we open the portal again?
If you had another black orb,
Well, how do we do that?
I thought there was only one.
you don't know. What do you guys do with the artifact and the other 3 crystals? I'm assuming, Areia, that you take the Fang of Ayuk.
Yeah, I mean, until we figure out what's going on or what we might want to do about it, I'll
Who
just
takes
take
the breath of them, and who takes the tear of Deepa?
I'll take. Bullstrong, are you okay with me taking the Tear of Deepa?
Yeah, that's cool.
Bullstrong, do you pick up the breath of them?
Yeah.
All of you, as you're holding these elemental crystals, can sense that there is still power in them. Same power that was in them before. Has not been sapped, has not been used up.
Hmm.
Well,
Well, the artifact used the black orb as like the connector for all these elemental stones. But maybe there's another way to connect all the elements to open the portal.
Vorsu stands up. He's kind of like has a confused look on his face. He stands now at like the same height as the Goliaths. He looks at his hands and his body, and he looks at you guys, and he's like, Vorsu is not large anymore.
I know.
do you think Orsu, something about his energy is what made him get smaller when he interacted with the portal?
He looks at the archway. Where has Taik gone? And he points at the archway.
That dark-haired elf stole it.
Then we must find another.
Do you know where we could find one for Sue?
I do not. But the chosen of Taik will be able to find one.
You mean Amity?
And he turns over his shoulder and kind of like looks south, and he points in that direction.
Can you guys contact Amity?
Capella, you look in the direction where Vorsu is pointing in the night sky. And in a distant star, you see a very subtle swirling of glowing light.
The signal.
And as you guys stand atop the plateau, pondering what has happened, Vorsu looks in the distance and he says, perhaps there will be an answer. If we seek the chosen of Taik.
Then we must go to him or bring him here.
You guys spend some time on the plateau. And before long, it's dawn. The sun rises in the sky. You begin to wonder about the tattoos on your arms. You begin to wonder about the true identities of those who you saw, those who were with you, and those who disappeared. And many questions burn in your minds. And you think about whether or not you will know the answers to those questions and what your future will bring as you descend from the plateau. It takes you some time to walk out of the vast from this area. But after a few days, you find yourselves in the valley. The tribe is happy to see all of you. Areia, the shaman, and the tribe welcome you back. Of course, the shaman wants to know what happened, where you went, and what the direction of the tribe will be in the future. Bullstrong, when you stride into the camp, Varna and Storm Mountain run up to you. They welcome you back. Varna says, "Welcome home." Your son jumps up into your arms. Capella, you and Magnus and Vorsu and Trizzle are welcome to stay among the tribe with your friends. And for a time, perhaps you do, to rest, to recuperate, to think about the questions that you have in your mind, to consider everything that happened. Capella, what do you do after your rest, after your downtime?
There was something on my mind with the stone still and their powers. The last chief could still, in Vorsu, they used theirs to attribute and gain that power and attune to it. And the Oracle had known. He had got stronger after, so I thought maybe I could visit the Oracle.
The shaman tells you how to find the Oracle. Magnus, what do you do after your rest?
So, can you guys still use your tattoos to contact each other?
Do you try it?
Yeah, I'll try to use my. Who should I contact? Should I just try to do it to Capella and see if I can do it? 'Cause
You
I
do,
think-
and it works.
Okay.
Capella, you receive a message from Areia. Your tattoo still works. Who else in this week of rest amongst the Goliath camp do you try to contact?
We need to figure out how to contact Amity.
He doesn't have a tattoo though. I can.
He does.
He does?
He does.
Oh, is he the only other person who does? Okay.
Yeah.
Then I'll
You
use-
send a message to him.
Yeah.
You send a message to Amity. He responds, and in a nutshell, he tells you that he's still in the Mantirum. His studies have been extensive. They're treating him very well there. He is being cautious and looking out for, potential threats to his life. But so far so good studying in the tower. Do you guys like send him further messages over the next few days to explain what happened?
Yeah, I'll use sending messages too, just to tell him everything.
Do you try sending any other messages to anyone else using the tattoo?
Can I try sending a message to our Finoob?
Yes. What do you want to say?
That's what I tell him. What should I ask?
What the heck, dude?
Yeah, can I just ask, like, what's going on? What the hell happened back there?
You ask about that. The response you get is, help me. I have been imprisoned. I need you to save me. I'm somewhere in a tomb.
Capella, do you remember a really long time ago, we were just walking around and then you asked me to hit a rock and I hit it and we fell into this weird looking tomb? Finoob says that he's imprisoned in a tomb somewhere. My only guess
Maybe the
is it would be
tomb?
that one. I mean, unless you know any other tombs.
Since you can only use your tattoos once a day, I'm going to say that this progresses over a series of days.
Yeah.
But the gist is that he, at some point, several weeks ago, after the plan was made to open the gate and to let his brother return to Arakazine, he was ambushed, taken prisoner, and magically entombed. He cannot move his body. He is paralyzed, but his mind still works. Even in the sending, though you can't sense emotion, just the words that he uses in the sending through the tattoo convey a sense of nightmarish terror, as if he has been buried alive. And at the end of every sending that he replies to you, he says, help me.
Well, can I try to ask him, like, where specifically he is, if he knows anything? What the last, like, who took him? Just literally anything that he knows.
He says the demon from Arakazine was behind this.
Sorshe?
The one they call Finoob.
Oh, yeah.
Black-haired Finoob.
Yeah, he stole a dragon egg and then dipped into the portal and we couldn't get him.
So basically you guys convey to Tertingi, the real Tertingi, what happened. He conveys to you that all he knows is that he's somewhere in a distant and remote place because he hears nothing. He doesn't hear people. He doesn't hear sounds or travel, and that he must be underground somewhere because he doesn't hear the sound of like air or wind. He says he cannot form his magic. He cannot even move his lips or his hands to cast spells. He is physically paralyzed, but alive.
We have to go find him.
We don't even know where he is, though. We have one idea where he could be. That if he's not there, then he could be anywhere. We could try to go to the tomb that we found a really long time ago in the south.
I think we should.
Capella, while all this is transpiring, you follow the route indicated by the shaman. You climb the mountain, the White Peak, which is kind of a sacred and holy place to the Goliaths. But you were told that on that mountaintop is where the Oracle dwells. You prepared, you had your climbing gear, you had enough food and water. It's like a 3-day hike up this mountain. Finally, when you get to the snow-covered peak of this mountain, you see a white temple. You see like burning braziers of oil outside, and you see flames and torches and lanterns inside. And you kind of trudge your way through the snow, and you go up the stairs of this white temple. And you go in, the doors are open. You go in, and immediately upon entering this white temple, you're blanketed in warmth. The freezing cold of the outside is gone. The air is warm. Everything, the floors, white marble. The walls, the columns, all like white stone. And there's a huge hall. And at the end of that huge hall, you see kind of like a cul-de-sac. And not a throne, but just like kind of a raised platform with like blankets and pillows. And you see a form sitting on that raised platform in the distance. And you kind of walk down the hallway towards this person. And as you get closer, you see a man dressed in white robes. And he has like a white hood on. And he's just seems to be sitting in kind of a meditative position. Can't quite see his face. And you're about 10 feet away. You stop short of him. His hood just obscures his face.
I'm going to stop before him and bow down and call to him. Excuse me, great oracle. Forgive me for not being familiar with your customs, but I've come to you in a great time of need. I'm a companion for a long time of the new chief, Areia of the Goliaths. And I had known that the previous chief, you had explained to them how to use the Godstones and manifest Ayuk's power in a physical form. And I sought your wisdom now to see if our new chief Areia or I, if we may be able to manifest these powers and seek guidance from your wisdom.
Of course you can, Capella. The knowledge is inside of you. You have seen glimpses of the light in the distance, have you not?
I have seen the colors in the night sky.
You have the blood within you. It is not pure, but it is there. If you choose, you may be the chosen of water.
And to be the chosen, when you manifest that power, is it a special ceremony?
It can be. Or it could be as simple as consuming the crystal. It is your choice.
I appreciate your guidance, Oracle, and if I may ask one thing more of you, we also have been very unsure of where the tribe, what guidance we should be going with. Areia is now in power, but we're also torn because there is the fate of our continent and our world. We are not sure how to restore what's been done.
You must release the conflict within your heart, and then your mind will open the eye towards your future path. Remember, I have been and will always be your friend. The hooded form looks up at you and pulls back its hood, and you see the face of the male Sinjin looking at you. The only difference this time is that his eyes are pure white, as if blinded. And that is where season 4 of D&D High School Students, the Medusas, will end. Not a cliffhanger, really. Just an ambiguous ending. What happens in the future? Who knows? No one knows. But we hope that you guys have enjoyed this most epic season. The Medusas have now set the all-time record for the number of episodes in any season of all time. It's been a lot of fun for us. It's been an amazing, interactive, epic storytelling experience for me, and I think for everybody. So we hope that you guys will stay tuned, because we don't know what the future will bring, but we hope that we'll be able to see you guys again. Thanks as always. That's my goodbye. You guys say bye to the fans.
Bye,
Bye.
everybody. Thank you for everything. This was so much fun.
Thank you,
We'll
thank you
see
for everything.
soon.
We appreciate it.
This is definitely a way to learn to play D&D.
Yeah, you right.
Thank you, everyone. I've really enjoyed doing this. I hope you guys have all enjoyed the show as well.
We'll be back sometime.
Come on.